To prepare, extend the hips and knees out, maintaining a dorsiflexed position of the ankle. Then, lengthening through the back of the legs, flex the hips only as far as the pelvis can maintain neutral. Exhale, arc the legs down, extending the hips only as far as the pelvis and spine can stay neutral. Inhale to lengthen the back of the legs and flex the hips. Exhale to lengthen the front of the hips, extending the legs. Try and minimize the range of movement if the pelvis and the low back lose their stability, deepening the abdominals as the legs arc down and lengthening through the abdominals and through the front of the body as the legs lengthen. Allow a little bit of bend in the knee if pelvis stability is being challenged. To prepare, extend the hips and knees, plantar flexing the ankles. Then, lengthening through the back of the legs, flex the hips only as far as the pelvis and spine maintain neutral. Extend the hips to lower the legs, again as low as the pelvis and spine can maintain neutral. Inhale to lengthen the back of the legs and flex the hips. Exhale to lower the legs and extend the hips. Feel like the femurs are rotating in the hip sockets and only letting the range of movement go as far as you can keep a neutral spine and pelvis. Starting in a straight leg, laterally rotated position, abduct the legs apart, then bring the legs up into hip flexion, lower the legs down into hip extension, keeping the V shape, and adduct the legs back together. Inhale as the legs open and lengthen to flex up, and exhale to lower the legs extending and bring the legs back together, adducting. As you're moving through this exercise, make sure that the spine and pelvis stay neutral, deepening the abdominals as the legs extend down, lowering only as low as the pelvis can maintain its neutral. Try to avoid overstretching the legs apart too wide where the pelvis is no longer stable. Keep the ankles plantar flexed throughout the exercise. Keeping the legs straight and laterally rotated with the ankles dorsiflexed, start by abducting the legs, separating them into a V, and then flex the hips to bring the legs up. Lower the legs down, extending the hips, and pull the legs together into adduction. As you inhale, separate the legs apart, let them lift and lengthen, and then exhale as you lower and pull the legs back in. As you're bringing the legs up and down, make sure that you maintain a neutral position, avoiding hyperextension through the low back and pelvis, and avoiding hyperflexion as the legs come back up. Also watch not to overstretch through the adduction, maintaining stability and some tension in those muscles.